And we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break podcast. It's Gerald Glassford coming right back at you here from Lakers Fast Break, Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcasts. The episode I'm going to drop for Monday is the state of pro wrestling for October 2024. So you get the latest updates on what we think is going on in AEW, WWE, and more. So go ahead and check it out today on the Pop Culture Cosmos, wherever you get your podcasts. Also, as well, Inside Sports Fantasy Football. You want the inside on your fantasy football knowledge? Head on over to ISFF, Inside Sports Fantasy Football. If that's the case, you would have gotten the idea. Oh, I should have given you the intro that, hello, this is Joe Soro. Welcome to the Nightcap. This is Joe Soro. My Steelers, they're struggling right now against the Cowboys. Dodgers lost. Life sucks. It's Joe Soro. FFF. But also just want to go ahead and mention, give a big shout out, of course, again, Inside Sports Fantasy Football, wherever you get your podcast. Joe Soro hopefully will be joining us. It is, of course, the man behind Oxlot247, LakersBall.com, and Simblades with a Y.com. You see John Costa right there. John is the man behind Lakers Corner and Clutch Talk. Please like and subscribe on YouTube today to get the latest notifications when he does his shorts or his shows on Lakers Corner and Clutch Talk. Our good friends, the Lakerholics crew of Jamie Sweet, Michael Heinrich, and, of course, Laker Tom. They were on here on Saturday. Please follow them every single day of the week at Lakerholics.com. Want to go ahead and give a big shout out to, of course, a very sad Empire Jeff TV because of what happened with the Los Angeles Dodgers this evening. Also as well, Lakers in 5, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Yo! Of course, also as well, John McCalian channel. And the biggest shout out of all to our members. Please, you guys are just so awesome. Want to go ahead and give a big shout out to all of our members right now in the chat that's out there. Big members: Doobie, Raphael, Search, Nija Americano, Narukami, Too Tall, The Legend 350, Weston, Moonlight Dreams, Remy, Retro 403, 7, Intel Wild, JSJ, Kurt, Darren, Sports Baby, and Xbox. Always a big shout out from us if you're a member. Plus, you get emojis, badges, and little inside stuff like I'm going to drop a later Lakers article. And our NBA predictions are going to be there first and foremost to you members. So sign up today for just $2.99 a month. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that like button. You're watching us. Enjoy us. Help us get to more people right here at the Lakers Fast Break podcast. John, I just want to let you know when it's your turn. When you got up first thoughts on tonight's game, my friend. I'm having some audio issues, so I'm going to try and fix it though. I just want to go ahead and mention, I know you guys can hear me. And unfortunately, after a game like today, where the first half, the tale of two halves, with the Lakers coming out with their starting 5, LeBron and AD into the ball game, back in the starting lineup, looking like they haven't even missed a beat, as the Lakers got off to a 69-point first half barrage on the offensive end, looking good, everything clicking on the offensive end. Defense, a little bit suspect here and there, but in the second half, as far as what we saw, more of the same as for what we saw Friday night, except for the fact that Dalton, Connect, and Max Christie both struggled tonight, and you could see it. And then on the defensive end, a lot of mistakes were made as the Lakers gave up a 16-point lead in the second half. And unfortunately, they go 0 for 2 in Palm Springs with tonight, losing 118-114. And here today to go ahead and discuss is a good man indeed. It is, of course, the man behind Lakers Corner and Clutch Talk. It is a good man indeed. You got to go ahead and check out what he's doing today at Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. It is, of course, John Costa. John, great to have you here. Once again, my audio, I cannot hear anybody. I know it's really troubling right now, so it's scary, and hopefully I can hear myself, so it ain't my hearing. But before I go ahead and I step off stage for a second, can you go ahead and tell the audience what you saw from today's game? And yes, we will go ahead and have plenty of time to rip on Bronny James, because if you saw Bronny James today, it was a disaster. And there's no one out there, the Bronny haters and the Bronny lovers. There's no hiding it. There's no hiding it all. The thing that concerns me most, John, is the fact that the Lakers, with their bench, that's the problem. That's the question. That's a major question. You got a good look tonight, like you did on Friday night. What is coming off the bench this season? And that has real concerns for me, my friend.
Yes, absolutely has real concerns. So, Gerald, you can't hear me right now?
I barely. Something's going on with my headset. So just keep going, my friend.
Okay.
I can.
Okay, got you, got you. Well, first of all, let me say what's up to everybody here in the chat, man. Appreciate you guys all showing love. Everybody saying what's up. Very good to see everyone. Happy Laker game day, even though it's preseason, still Laker game day. Always great to be with you guys. But let's go ahead and get into the game. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. Preseason, I'm not the type of guy where I care much about what's going on in the game, because I don't really care really win, lose, or draw. I'm just trying to notice what's going on within the our team, within schemes and all that. How we playing? And I want to give a shout out to somebody here in the chat who put it lightning blitz. Shout out lightning blitz. He said exactly what I would have it's like said. One of my biggest takeaway is the offense looked great. I'm not gonna lie. Like with the starters looked good. Looked like it was flowing. Looked like it was free flowing. I seen a lot of good from D'Angelo Russell. I'm not gonna lie, I seen a lot of good from Anthony Davis. Of course, unlimited minutes as you would want in the preseason. But the part that I guess like the con of that was that our rookies were just so bad, and that's one of the points that I really wanted to harp on. Man, is Bronny. Like, damn, like I'm sure we'll talk about it, y'all. I mean, Xbox said it here in the chat. Bronny, take your talents to China, and your dad. I mean, his dad is arguably the greatest player of all time, so maybe not his dad, but him. Yeah. Um, it's wild, y'all. It's wild. Like Bronny, man. I'll tell you Bronny is one of those guys where I think that, hey, like as a parent, and I said this on the last stream, right? As a parent, I can't even blame somebody for putting their kid on, because I'll put my daughter on no matter what. When I'm in a place of power, I'm in a place of position. But this one right here, this one might be a little bit too much, because he looks so out of like place and out of sort that it's wild. I mean, everybody's saying here in the chat, they're saying Bronny too small. I mean, it's not even that he's too small. It's that I feel like he couldn't even get in rhythm today. Like I think I've seen like two times where he immediately caught the ball and can't even get a dribble in. He already getting his footing messed up and traveling or double. So man, I mean, he couldn't get a flow. It's looking tough for him. I ain't gonna lie, and it's tough because like he can't get a flow, and there's no way we should be running no offense for him to get flow, because what has he proven for us to be able to run offense for him. But man, I mean, how y'all feel about this? Let me see what the chat talking about here. What's going on? What's going on, my brother, bro? Rodell. He said Cam Reddish is always a teaser. He gives you moments. Yep, absolutely. That is one thing I agree with you, Rodell. Cam, he'll give you a teaser. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Throwback take to when it was Cam Reddish, RJ Barrett, and Zion at Duke. I used to say like, man, watch Cam gonna be coldest one, because his bag on offense was so deep. If you know, you know. But got to the league, and I don't know, it just really kind of became a role player. I guess shooter slash, I guess, somewhat of a defender. Played some good defense last year in the playing tournament. Um, Jay, what's good, Jay? Jay said I was laughing so hard when Bronny traveled. Yeah, he did it like twice. Xbox said, "What would Bronny be saying about tonight?" Um, let's see what the chat talking about here. Oh yeah, our bench. That's another thing. Yes, shout out Ron Keys. Ron Keys talk about how our bench looked. He said guys, our bench looked even worse this season. Yeah, I absolutely agree. And tonight it looked atrocious. I'm really hoping that I'm not gonna lie. I'm really hoping Gabe Vincent has a big season, and this is me being very optimistic because I kind of I know it sounds crazy, y'all, but I because it sounds like I haven't gave him a chance, but I feel like I low key just gave up on there you go. There he go. But I feel like I low key gave up on Gabe Vincent. And you know why? Because I already told y'all, man, about these Miami Heat players. These Miami Heat players, they're good within the system of Miami Heat. But when they go to other teams, they just aren't the same player. And the Lakers then got bamboozled I mean, really on once with Kendrick Nunn. I hope not twice. But Kendrick Nunn is lit in like Turkey or Serbia or wherever he is right now. He's like on the best team out there. Hey Joe, come on that camera, Joe. Come on that camera, Joe. What's going on? Someone eventually Dalton
I
should
can't
be.
right now. I'm trying to get Gerald in here.
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
watched the game yet, so I got to get back for. I got to finish the Steeler game. Then I'll be back, possibly for a nightcap later.
All good, brother. Enjoy yourself. Great to
Thanks.
see you. Okay. Well, we're gonna keep the show rocking and rolling until Gerald gets back. So until further due or without no further delay, let's keep on rocking with the show here, guys. Appreciate everyone being on here. Appreciate everybody showing love. As always, please subscribe to the Lakers Fast Break. Please subscribe to the Lakers Corner, which is my page, and Clutch Talk, which is my other page. It's all about the NBA. Lakers Corner is all about the Lakers, as you can guess. But yeah, Lightning Buzz said Joe's about to unleash his thoughts. If Joe comes on here, he will absolutely unleash his thoughts, because this was one of those. And guys, like I'm gonna be 100% honest. I was one of those people who was backing up Bronny, not backing up Bronny as in like his skill and his talent, but backing him up as in like I said it yesterday on the show. Y'all, he was picking the second round, 55th pick. Like we weren't gonna get anyone like better. You know, me and Joe were kind of talking a little bit about that yesterday. He talked about some diamond in the refs, but those are diamond in the refs. Rough artist said, to be fair, Bronny was probably grinding COD last night. Hey, he is the best COD player. Hey, you know what? He might not be the best player in the league, but he is the best COD player in the league. So, hey, come on, get off the man's back. How did Hayes block the shot? Hayes did block the shot. Honestly, guys, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I've been a little bit more impressed because Xbox asked how Hayes played. I've been a little bit more impressed with Hayes' little finishing packages around the hoop. I feel like last year, if he wasn't dunking on somebody, he was just not doing nothing. To be honest, getting a rebound or something. But I feel like I've been seeing him, come down the lane after them D-Lo pick and rolls and he'll up and under or something like that. Also, I've been a little bit more impressed with that. I feel like, hey, Jackson Hayes been in the gym. He's been in the gym. Oh, Joe said he'll be on. I'll be likely be on late tonight. Let's see. Let's see what everybody talking about. Rodell said, "I still don't know about Jalen Scafino. I still don't know about Jalen Scafino. Castleton, Bronny won't really be a part of the bench. We might see Connect and JSA. Can't say this was actual bench finishing the game tonight. Yeah, it's tricky with preseason to make like I guess like predictions because like I think preseason is just about trying stuff in my opinion. At least if I was a coach, I would just be trying a whole shebang worth of stuff. But then again, there's also the other side of like maybe you want to practice what you are going to do. So let's play exactly how we would in the regular season. So I don't know. I mean, how would y'all look at it? To be honest, because if me personally preseason, I'm trying out multiple things. I'm trying out multiple lineups, seeing what works, and then in the regular season, I'm doing what I know is best. But to respond to your comment, Odell, I agree. I don't know about Jalen Scavino. I've been down on him. Ronnie, y'all know how I feel about Bronny. I mean, he's there because of his pops, which I'm not knocking him there for. Like, it is what it is. Um, but I mean, skill wise, we know what's up. And I actually believe in Castleton. He needs to get in the weight room, but skill wise, he got it. He's a big that can pick and roll, pick and pop. I ain't gonna lie. I really like Castleton. He just really needs to get in the weight room. Like he should have been did that. I'm pretty sure. I think he's coming into his second year. He should have been in the gym. There's the Podfather. There you go. I cannot hear you, my brother. I hate Castleton. Damn, Lightning Buzz. I did not hear you. I did not. I cannot hear you, Joe. Lightning Buzz said, "I hate Castleton." That's crazy. As soon as I said my take on Castleton, I read that comment. That's hella funny. But nah, I'm gonna be honest. Why you don't like him? I like him. He's a solid big. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was at the summer league when he was getting heavy minutes, and that's when I really was like, oh yeah, I think this guy could be a good player in this league, especially because I feel like the league is so predicated on pick and rolls, and he can run out high pick and roll and catch it at the elbow, hit this little jumper, get to the
Can you hear
hoop.
me now, John?
I can, and you sound great on the mic.
Hallelujah.
Jesus
Man,
Christ, thank you.
this took a dump right in the middle of the show. Goodbye. So,
Goodbye.
yes, goodbye. Great to have you here. Appreciate everyone's patience. John, you are the man again. Absolutely. I pay homage to you, sir. But the problem is, I think, with tonight's game, if we were watching it on playback, that second half, it just shows me how concerning, guys out there, the bench is. Once we go to player 6 through 15, it's a guessing game. I mean, Max struggled tonight. Dalton struggled tonight. They both didn't look good. Bronny was an embarrassment to the NBA tonight. Absolutely. I mean, he couldn't dribble the ball. Did you see that set where he's just coming over the half court and he's dribbling the ball and he managed to travel with nobody guarding him? And then later on, he does an simple inbounds pass, turns it over, immediate bucket for the Suns.
He needs
He
to.
was
I really hope he doesn't let this get to the point where it becomes mental. Because if it gets to the point where it becomes mental, that's going to be a real issue. Which I feel, and I honestly feel bad for the kid, bro. He's a kid. He's a kid, bro. He's 20. He just turned 20 today. It's crazy.
I understand that, but I mean, you saw in the first half, there's the hope for everybody. When the Lakers put out 69 points, LeBron and AD already looked like they were in already full season mode, John. I mean, LeBron, 17 points in the first half, AD with 15. They both dominated. They looked like it was easy for them in that first half. They looked like the LeBron and AD we wanted them to look. And obviously, the Olympics really helped them out. We were worried about how would they look. Would they be tired coming into the preseason? But they looked fantastic in that first half. But yeah, the Lakers defense and the Lakers bench is of great concern to me right now about how well the Lakers will do when they don't have LeBron and AD out on the court. Darren says, why sugarcoat it like that? Ha ha ha. I mean, it is what it is, Darren. You cannot tell me differently. It's now a big question mark once the Lakers go past man number 6 on this team, John.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And what's concerning? It's concerning that we would even think to rely on a Dalton Connect, a Bronny, or you know what I'm saying. So like I
Christie
was
needs
saying,
the right. Well, let me just say this on Max Christie. He does give you effort on the defensive end, but there are still players he gets exposed to. He does not fight through screens well. And if it's a faster, smaller guard, he does not guard those players well. Dillingham burned him repeatedly on Friday. But if it's a guy like, Terrence Shannon size, like a 6'5", 6'6", if it's those wings, he plays very good face-up defense against those wings. That I will give him credit to doing, John. But again, he's got to start being able to fight through screens better. And if he doesn't shoot well, like if he shoots 3 for 14 a lot, that could spell problems for the bench for the Lakers because there's a lot that's going to be relied on him this season.
I hope. Hey, Gerald, can I tell you something that just came to my mind right now? I hope that people are starting to realize, and I said this last game, why me, you, and Joe, and I don't know if others agree with us, but I know me, you, and Joe agree. Why we do not believe in Max Christie. I hope it's starting to come to light.
Well, he is just a kid, still 21. I still think he could be a rotation player in this league. He is an NBA player to me. I just don't. When you give the kid $32 million and said you're going to be our sixth man coming off the bench, that's a lot from where he was last season to what you're expecting from him this season, or what you need from him this season. Let's just expecting or not expecting, whether the guys that are for like Rodell that just absolutely worships the ground he walks on, or us, or like you or Joe or Stone that said he was an NBA player. Again, I'm in somewhere in the middle. I think he's going to be end up being a rotation player in the league, but this year is because of the uncertainty we have from players 6 through 15. A lot is being put on this kid, and I don't think it's fair that it is, because it just means that the front office didn't get its job done in the offseason to provide better players off the bench so that we're not reliant on a rookie like Connect, and we're not reliant on a young kid that's 21 years old like Max Christie to have to be the guys that are going to come off the bench to do everything.
Yeah, but at this point, Gerald, can we really expect better from our front office? Like I know we,
Uh,
I know we want to, but we can't even we can't expect better. So I feel like let's just, man, like I don't know. I really just feel like if that's what we're gonna rely on, Gerald, Max Christie, Gerald, there's gonna be a lot of angry post game shows this year.
well, that's true. I mean, there's already going to be an angry post game show with Joe when he comes on the air already after the Dodgers got their ass kicked tonight. And I guess the Steelers, what's the score to the Steelers? Steelers are losing in the fourth quarter. So we're already going to get an angry Joe as is. So if you guys are looking for a Joe rant, you're going to get one a little bit. Um, Man, that Dodger. Hey, did you guys? Yep. Thanks. Big shout out again to Laker Nick, who on the playback actually showed us the brawl that took place in the parking lot of the Dodger Stadium. That was brutal,
What
man.
what
To quote Josh Brolin.
what what happened in the Lakers game?
As
Were
far
you
as the
watching
Lakers,
that?
oh, you mean, okay. There was someone that tried to take a shot, from what Alan was telling me, that someone tried to take a shot off camera. None of us saw this on camera, but
Yeah.
yeah, and then I guess because the kid, so whoever was shooting it or whoever tried to take a shot from the audience, like several rows back,
Oh, try to
I
shoot the
guess,
ball.
yeah, I guess he was clowning. I guess. What's up, legend? So that's from what Alan says, and then they kicked him out for it. And LeBron was just going, kick him out, kick him out, kick him out. I'm like,
Ah, come
my God,
on.
you're in Palm Springs. Give me a break, guys. Come
Yeah, let
on.
him go,
Now
guys.
if there was smack talk and somebody was saying something bad, then yeah, obviously get him out. But my God,
Just
we're in
shooting
Palm
the
Springs, for God's
basketball. That's
sakes. It's
wild,
preseason basketball. But yeah, Alan said
man.
it was based off of somebody in the audience trying to shoot. So I'm like,
Can
whatever.
I? Can I want to. Okay, that was just a question. Don't take
Nightcap
this
for
the
you
wrong way.
guys.
Nightcap. I'm
Nightcap.
gonna, I'm I'm gonna get a water, but after I say this, because I want to give some love to, and I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm not a good reader. Yeah, I'm gonna be 100% honest, with you guys. You guys can probably tell if you guys go to my streams. So I'm not a good reader, but so I will not be able to read this person's name that's in the chat. Maybe you can help me here, Joe. It's
Sure.
K. It's KW
It's Quabina.
Quabina. Okay,
Mhm.
Quabina.
Good
I
man. He's been here a lot. Really
okay.
appreciate him.
Quabina. I like your comment, brother, because everyone here knows me as the D'Angelo Russell fan club president, right? That's what I do. I'm D'Angelo Russell, big D'Angelo Russell guy, but I'm also fair because when he's a cone on defense or when he disappears in the playoffs, I still get on him. I still get on him, but I also give him praise. And that's one thing that I noticed, and I noted that in I take notes on the games, and that's one of my notes that I have is like on the low, it's not nothing worth like noting. It's not like he's getting stops on defense, but not gonna lie to you, my brother, he's doing some work on defense. And the thing is, look, the thing is, it's the same thing I say with Luca, right? And D'Angelo, Luca, two absolutely clearly different players, right? But so D'Angelo Russell, I'm expecting a little bit more from you because you don't give me what Luca does on the offensive end. But what I say is like players that don't play defense, especially guards, it's like, look, man, like I just need you don't need to stop. You don't need to be Marcus Smart and get to stop. But I do need you to at least alter it enough to where I could at least like hedge and then be able to get back. Like you need to at least be able to be there enough to where I can get back to my player, and this isn't going to be that I don't get caught on the switching or getting caught on the screen. You need to be able to get over screens enough or be able to just stay with him enough just for me to get back. And that's sorry about that.
No worries.
That's the way I feel about D'Lo. But yeah, I just wanted to give some shout out to that person because that's a great observation because I made that as well.
Actually, Xbox, the angrier the Joe, the better for you guys out there. You guys love it when he's that angry. Hey, I've already been banned on TikTok because of Joe. Yeah, there you go. Well, at least we'll have Facebook, maybe, kind of. But I do want to go ahead and touch on things while John is going to get his drink. I'll get you off stream, man, for a second. So I want to touch on something as far as positive. You guys always say you guys are negative all the time. Negative, all that stuff all the time. We just hit it to you real. But I want to touch on the positive, John. And I'm going to touch on the positive is that the Lakers, with that front starting five, looked very competitive tonight against a Phoenix team who many are predicting to win the division. To give people an idea, many people are predicting that the Suns will finish first in division with the additions that they made this season. I think that they matched up very well tonight. We did get a good indication of what the Lakers could look like during the course of the season if they're all healthy, as far at least the starting five. Austin, I agree with you, Alan. Austin's shooting is a little bit of concern. We cannot have a 34 or 35% three-point shooter as a shooting guard with him. He's got to give you some consistency outside. He's got to be able to stretch the floor. I know he gives us some great secondary ball handling at times. I know he gives you the hustle. He gives you what you need as far as stability at times up there, but he needs to be able to shoot consistently. And I know that's something that Alan brought up, and I'm going to give him credit for that. Is it still a concern? Yeah, it's still a concern, John, because if LeBron, Rui, who looked good this time, Friday he looked like he was going through the motions. Today he looked a lot more like Rui, and D'Lo are shooting well, but you don't have that fourth guy. We really need, as far as this team, with such a concern about our depth and such a concern about the rest of the roster, if at least AR can get you 37, 38% from the beyond the arc, especially in the schemes that now JJ is creating where it's reliant more on threes, I think it's a necessity for the Lakers to be competitive in the Western Conference.
Yes, absolutely. If you want to be good, if you want to be good in today's league, I feel like you kind of I'm not going to say you kind of have to shoot because I feel like that's kind of based on personnel, to be honest with you, and based on who you have on your team. But I think with this team that we built, if we want to be good, at least off the bench, we're gonna need to be
first half. They really looked good, especially offensively. Defensively, you could take it or leave it, but offensively, when you're throwing 70 points up there, or 69 in this case, John, that's what you need to do to win in the NBA is throw up 69 points in a half offensively.
Yeah, but hey, I'll say this though. It's peaks and valleys, Gerald. It's peaks and valleys, especially for shooters. Shooters know it's peaks and valleys, man.
Well, what bright spot for the Lakers today off the bench, you could say, was Gabe Vincent. I know a lot of people were talking about, is Gabe Vincent actually still worth it after almost missing the entire season last season with the knee injury? Today, it was only 6 points, but he did look solid. His movement was good. Cut to the basket and got a really nice give and go working with LeBron, 4 and 1. So I guess what I'm trying to say is there are moments when the Lakers really start to look like they're a team that can compete, but I need to see more. I need to see more consistency, but it's just so hard when you throw out a Dalton Connect or you throw out a Max Christie or you throw out, some of these guys that are like 7 through 12, 7 through 15 on the depth chart. Some of them, in the case, Like, for instance, we didn't even see Maxwell Lewis. Cam Reddish came out the bench tonight and gave you actually some good minutes. But outside of that, you could say what you want about Jackson Hayes, 5 points, 8 rebounds, 2 block shots. Looked a little
Solid.
bit better. Yeah, he looked a little bit better
Um,
defensively. But yeah, it's still such a touch and go game for the Lakers bench this season, John. That has me concerned.
Absolutely. You know why that really has me concerned? Because this league is a copycat league, and the best teams in the league right now are deep. The best
Yeah.
teams in the league right now, the teams that are going to be able to compete for a championship, and I'm trying to compete for a championship. I'm not trying to just be incrementally better. I'm trying to be get to that championship. Trying to go for it all, especially with LeBron James in his last leg, and with Anthony Davis. We don't got a team to be just getting better every single year. We got to go for it all. So, hey man, uh, we gotta we're gonna have to do something about this because when the best teams in the league are deep and we're not, it's only it's
And
like a ticking time
JHS
bomb.
and JHS got some minutes tonight. Looked good
Didn't
on
look.
his mid-range jumper, but defensively, it's still
I don't know,
I don't
Gerald.
know.
I don't know.
The Lakers
I might
Lakers
be
have
I
some
might be
poor
underpriced.
defenders. The Lakers have some really poor defenders on the team. He might be the worst of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy, Gerald? If you're gonna be that bad of a defender, like man, you better be like Luke on the other end. You better be like Luke on the other end. But it's like, man, GHS is that bad of a defender and isn't even isn't he like isn't even like freaking nobody on the other end. Like respectfully, like and I don't know, man. Like y'all let me know in the chat, and you let me know, Gerald. Like I don't know, like literally ever since I had first seen it since summer league, I just never really believed in Jalen Scafino, and I was just like, bro, I just don't, I don't, I don't,
I
I don't see, I don't see it in him. I'm gonna be honest here, I just don't see it in him.
Well, offensively, I see it better. I see better things with him. I see him realizing he's not a three-point shooter, so he's taking the 2 steps in and hitting the mid-range jumper. But in a day where it's either 3 points or a slam dunk that you're going for, I don't know how much of a mid-range game is really going to be beneficial for the Lakers with him. It's defensively, I just had some great concerns about where you play him. Because against point guards, he is going to get roasted time and time again, as we've seen already on Friday and Sunday. Do you play him off ball? Do you play him against the shooting guard on defense? Do you try to hide him more on defense? If that's the case, that's rough. That's rough for the kid because you're already making excuses for the kid, and he's barely into his first full season after being hurt last season. So I don't know. It right now again, so many question marks with the Lakers. Gabe Vincent, is he going to be that steadying force? He looked solid in his few minutes today. Jackson Hayes again gave you great effort on both ends, so that was something that was a positive today. Let's go ahead and take it from there. And also Cam Reddish, he came in for 10 minutes, didn't look that bad. Still driving to the layup for him is still like an adventure, but again, did get a 3 and he played some solid defense. So that's the thing I think they need. You'll have to get more Cam Reddish time because this team is so suspect. Again, I know everybody doesn't want Cam Reddish to play. They don't want to see Cam Reddish play. I certainly don't want Cam Reddish to play, but the problem is JJ is going to be trying a lot of people in a lot of different things as far as that bench is concerned because that 9-man rotation is going to be in flux all the time because there's so many question marks right now.
Yeah. Gerald, I want to ask you a question because
Mhm.
and everybody in the chat, please do, you know what I'm saying, put your answers in here in the chat. But like, how do you feel about Dalton Connect's defense? Because I feel like on the offensive end, like yeah, he had a bad night, and not just tonight, just like in general. Because yeah, he had a bad night like offensively tonight, but like we know what he brings on the offensive end and what he's gonna be. But like, I feel like I'm really kind of curious as to what other people are thinking, and I have a take on it. But before I even get to it, I want to get your thoughts and everybody else's thoughts.
He passable. Again, that's what I said during. I said if gives you passable defense, John,
Mhm.
with the kind of stroke he has, if I think because I think he could be a future 38 to 42% shooter in the league. I really think he has a good stroke that I think if given the opportunity and given a rhythm, yes, but he has to be passable defensively. So far, the 2 games he has been passable. There's been some misses. There's been some hits. He got a block shot the other night on Friday. Today he had some good contests, and he actually, when he was faced up on the dribble, he actually did defend well on a couple of occasions. Did get burned on a couple of occasions. So passable is what we need him to be, John. I'm not going to, I don't, I'm not going to say he's ever going to be an elite defender or an average defender. If I could get him to the point where he's shooting 40% and he's a passable defender, I think we're going to have to accept that as is for Dalton Connect.
Okay. Okay. So look.
And that's what I'm saying, Alan. Whoever doesn't like Cam Reddish, or we're stuck with Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish is going to get his opportunities because I think again there's going to be so much inconsistency with Max and Dalton and Gabe and all those guards that are going to give you inconsistent production that JJ is going to give Cam Reddish a opportunity whether you like it or I like it or not.
So this how this how I feel about Dalton Connect, and I'm gonna be honest, yeah, that was a great take. I'm gonna be honest. Some hits, some misses, but I think defense is something that I think like I don't. I don't think there's many players that just come into the league and are good at defense because I think defense is something you got to kind of figure out how the game is played. And college basketball and NBA is just like played differently. So it's about getting accustomed to the speed and getting accustomed to the game. But the reason why I asked that and why I asked the chat that, and I appreciate everybody in the chat that gave me an answer and was talking about Allen and Lightning and everybody. Uh, the reason why I asked that is because I believe that I've said this before on on the channel, the league is going to a point, the league is trajectorying. It's getting so good that it's like you're not going to be able to have one of those guys that's like on the court and can't and like is just so bad at one thing. You're still going to have the Lucas because Luca's just generationally great on the offensive end. He's so undeniably great in the offensive end that no matter what he gives you on the defensive end, you just got to put up with because he's going to be able to give you that and more on the offensive end. But there's players that Rudy Gobert's or like bro who's another player that gets played off the court a lot. I mean, really, any of these bigs that just can't really stretch the floor, or can't, or these bigs that can't guard on an island.
Well, Zach Edey, as he comes into the league, might be
Right?
a player where you take advantage of him if you're Memphis on some days if you really need help inside, but there's going to be other days on the defensive end where there might be teams that might want to stretch him out and play 5 out, and that's going to be really tough for him to handle.
Exactly, right. And what I'm saying is like I think the league is getting to a point where it's like these players are going to start to get weeded out because, in my opinion, it's like I've always been. I'm not gonna say a Rudy Gobert hater, but I've always just been like, yo, like, why in the world does he keep getting defensive player after year after year after year? He should have just got one. And then after we seen that this man gets cooked in the playoffs every single year, gets played off the court every single year, I was like, huh, why is he still getting awarded that award? Like, yeah, he getting a lot of blocks and he cleaning stuff up at the brim, but if you getting played off the court, like that's not a defender. You know what I'm saying? That's not a defender. And what I'm saying is that the league is going towards that, and like everybody's gonna have to be able to do a little bit. And I think that Dalton Connect, his defense was, I think, one of his biggest question marks. But if you look at the intangibles, yeah, I think man is like 6'6", like 215. His wingspan, I don't know if this is right. I just looked it up on Google real quick, but it's saying his wingspan is set as at 6'9". So he got a long wingspan. So Well, to be honest with you, like he got the intangibles to do it. He just gotta have a heart.
Again, we'll see what happens. Joe actually may be in a good mood. It's 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, 17-13 for the Steelers. His Dodgers did get their butts kicked 10-2. Actually, somebody got Dodgers fans are so bad they beat each other up in the parking lot.
That's how mad they are.
That's how mad they are. It was brutal. It was absolutely brutal to say the least. Actually, Laker Nick showed me the footage on social media of what happened after the game, and I said I was on the air on playback, and I'm saying, "Oh, they're Lakers and Dodgers and Padres fans," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's okay, that's normal. It's not good, but it's normal." No, it was Dodger fans beating up Dodger fans, and I was like, "Oh my god." Young Padawan, hey, great to have you here. Please like and subscribe to get the latest notifications on when we go live on the air with the latest Lakers Fast Break podcast. Bronny needs a lot of work.
Yes.
You can see handling the ball, young Padawan, was even a hard deal. He turned the ball over and nobody was guarding him. Inbounding the ball was hard for him. I mean, these are simple plays right now at the NBA level. You have to do just like that. And right now, it's a mess. He can't shoot. He can't give you anything as far as dribbling the ball or playmaking. Defensively, he was fouling. It's not pretty, guys. It's not pretty. If his name was if it was Maxwell Lewis out there, I would be saying the same things. But Maxwell Lewis can't even get in the game right now. He is so far down. What dare I say, John, the doghouse right now in JJ's doghouse that he didn't even get in the game. Yeah, he didn't even get in the game. He might be on his way out as a second rounder too. So you got one second rounder you're relying on, and Max Christie and another that you might be giving up on. But again, that's we'll see how that plays itself out. But yeah, just disappointing as far as what we saw in the second half. But I want to put the focus back on the first half because the first half is going to be a better idea of what we're going to see at times from the Los Angeles Lakers. As long as LeBron and AD are healthy, John, and they look like that, the Lakers can be competitive. I didn't say they were going to win, didn't say they were going to place high. I said be competitive. And with LeBron's new attitude right now about, yeah, I'm just here, just enjoying my 50 million a year, just enjoying my son being here and all that. If you heard his comments, that wasn't it. I'm paraphrasing, but this actually was just, he's seen more content about where the Lakers are at, which again, if you were, I don't know, Kobe in that situation, dare I say, or Michael Jordan, they wouldn't be thrilled about what was going on right now with the Lakers. But, he seems to be more at ease with where this team's at. But you saw tonight, John, if the Lakers have that starting five out there playing the majority of the minutes, at least they can be competitive in the Western Conference.
We absolutely could. Look, man, I I need to see it for me to confirm it this season. But I was saying I said it last season. I said it 2 seasons ago, and I said it last season, and I still believed it last season. And I need to see when the regular season starts for me to confirm it. But last season, I still believed it, and I still said on a pick and roll with Anthony Davis and LeBron James is still the most unstoppable play in basketball. Coming downhill, a pick and roll with AD and LeBron, and you just have shooters around them. That's literally the best offense you could ask for in basketball. Like, I don't care what nobody says. I don't care you talk about freaking a Dame and Giannis pick and roll. No, nothing is beating the LeBron James and Anthony Davis pick and roll. That was one of the best plays in the league. If you have these guys healthy, right, which is a big question mark, it's a 40-year-old and a very injury prone player. You're asking both of these guys to be healthy. It's a big ask. And we got it last season, somewhat. For Anthony Davis, we got it. For Bron, he pick and chose his games, which I understand. He's 40 years old. I'm not getting on him for that. I totally get you. But I think that if we have those two people need to get it through their head that no matter what they think, no matter what y'all want to throw hate and shade on the Lakers' names, as long as LeBron James and Anthony Davis is out there, we can compete. We absolutely can compete. And will they be out there this season? Wish I could tell you. I mean, not a wish, but it'd be really cool if I could tell you. If I had like a genie and just could figure it out and tell you how many games Anthony Davis would play. But what I'm saying is, long story short, we can't compete. Just need these two to be healthy, and if even one goes down, going to make this very hard because LeBron James is too old and not that he's too old and can't do it. He's too old and can't do it game after game after game without Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis, I've said this time after time. I love that guy, but he can't lead a team. He can't be by himself. He just can't do it. He needs to have that guy with him. He needs to be that like one B ish type A, 1 ish, and LeBron is that 1A for him. LeBron is what gets him going.
Once again, it is John Costa, Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. Please support his great channels today. A big shout out to his channels and everybody that's watching right there. It is John Costa along with me, Gerald Glassford. Thanks again for watching, listening. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about is being talked about in the chat. I know JJ is going to start the team or the starting lineup that was 23-10. He's already said that he's going to stick to it. There's no going to be changing him, but I have a feeling we're going to see some inconsistency off the bench right from the get-go, which is going to be concerning. And one of actually quite a few people in the chat are saying, well, maybe AR should go to the bench or maybe Rui should go to the bench. Personally, I think that AR and Rui are both better suited for bench roles on this team or any team for that matter. I think they would be sensational 6 and 7 guys coming off the bench. I think that's where they were probably best suited to be if it was a perfect world, but it's not. They may have to make some shakeups later on here, if it doesn't start off the season well and you attribute a lot of it to the bench. They may have to put one or two of those guys on the bench and then bring in a Max Christie or a Dalton Connect or both to make everybody happy if that was the case, just to see if they can get some consistency off the bench, because right now it's a great concern if you're the Lakers right now.
It's very concerning. And I love that take right there that you talked about bringing Austin Reeves off the bench because that's where like how you said, that's where I think his role fits in perfect. Because Austin Reeves' game, like, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Austin Reeves is a cold ass hooper. Like as a basketball player, as a hooper, like he gets buckets. Like, and that's the type of dude you want to come off the bench, right? Like where we have an offense, we have a flow, like we have these plays we run. Okay, we're gonna start the game. We're gonna hit you with that, and then boom. Now you know what I'm saying. After 5-6 minutes of this flow, after this offense, you think you got it figured out. Now here comes Austin Reeves. No really flow, no real offense. Just boom, 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 boom. Break you down. Go get a bucket. Hit him with his little. Get to the hoop and hit him with the pump fake and then get him in the air, get to the free throw line. How he does, he's great at that. So I think Austin Reeves should absolutely come off the bench just to bolster the bench. Also because like how I said, I don't really believe in Max Christie, and bringing Reeves off the bench would like kind of give Max Christie like a little bit lesser of a role in that second unit. And also because D'Angelo Russell, man. D'Angelo Russell. So I'm big on him on the offensive end. And
Well,
I think
you are the president of the D-Lo fan club. Don't
come on now. Come
yeah.
on now, Gerald. So look, I'm big on him on the offensive end or whatnot. I think he's great for us, especially like a regular season player because like LeBron at the end of the day, look, y'all, come playoffs, I want LeBron James being our point guard. I want LeBron James bringing the ball up court. I want LeBron James playmaking. But he cannot play make for 82 games in the regular season. He cannot bring the ball up court for 82 games in the regular season because he's 40 years old. D'Angelo Russell, on the other hand, he's like maybe in his late 20s. D'Angelo Russell, he can play make.
He'll be 30 this upcoming season.
There you go. He's like 20, he's about to be 30, right? So he's still well in his prime, well in his athletic years. So he can bring the ball for 82 games in the season. He can be a point guard for 82 games in the season. And D'Angelo Russell, D'Angelo Russell, besides LeBron James, he's the only player on this team that is a true point guard. Austin Reeves is not a point guard. Austin Reeves is a shooting guard. Austin Reeves is a give me the ball, let me go get a bucket. That's what I do best. Gabe Vincent, same thing. Ronnie James, not even an NBA player. Dalton Connect, same thing. D'Angelo Russell's the only true point guard besides LeBron James who can play make and initiate offense and run a pick and roll and run an offense. And that's why I think D'Angelo Russell is so important for this team. But there's a caveat, y'all. There's a caveat. Please listen. He is a cone on the defensive end. And yes, he's gotten a lot better. I'm not going to say a lot better. He's gotten a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about that chat earlier. Great comment. Great observation. I made the observation as well. But he's still not good. And come regular season, when he sees freaking John Moran and freaking Jamal Murray and like, come on, y'all know the guards in the league. You know what I'm saying? The Kyrie's, the Lucas. Like when he has to stay in front of these guys, and that's his offensive assignment. I don't want a backcourt of D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves starting. I want a backcourt of D'Angelo Russell, and you know who else? Y'all may not like the choice for the offensive end, but I'm rocking with Cam Reddish. I need somebody to hide D'Angelo Russell. Listen, Gerald.
I'm listening.
Hey, listen. I need to bolster that bench, so I'm bringing Austin Reeves off the bench, and I need some defense. I need someone to hide D'Lo on defense. Do we not remember the defense that Cam Reddish was the great defense Cam Reddish playing on Tyrese Halliburton in
And he did give you 10 decent minutes today. I will admit to you on that, John.
Yeah, right. And look, I know he's hard on offensive end, but like I think I've seen him play this last season. He's not a knockdown shooter, but he can shoot the ball, right? He can shoot the ball, right? He's sitting on how does Cam fit in this motion offense? So that's what I'm about to get to, right? He's not a bad shooter. He's not a great shooter, but he's also not a horrific shooter. He can shoot the ball, and a lot of catch and shoots. And with him putting him in this offense, putting him in this lineup, he's gonna be the most left open guy out there. He's gonna be the most left open guy out there. And coming off of LeBron, coming downhill, he's seen a double team, kicking a Cam on the wing, open. I'm taking that. But that's not even why I'm putting him out there. I'm not putting him out there for his shooting ability. I'm saying he can do that, but I'm putting him out there, like I said, y'all, to not only bolster the bench and be able to bring Austin Reeves off the bench, but really to hide D'Angelo Russell, because D'Angelo Russell is going to be he's going to be left out to freaking fry. He's going to be left out to freaking fry if we have a backcourt of D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves, come on, y'all. It's not going to work. So that's
but
why.
Cam Reddish, that's just an adventure I'm not exactly thrilled about taking. Again, Cam was so frustrating. Yes, again, I point to the fact that in November he did lead the league in steals, but his season, along with his injuries, went south from there. His inconsistency in shooting and the fact that he still looks like he is not comfortable at all driving to the basket, even with his athletic ability. That's a problem, but I can understand why you think that. Again, I just said that because he's on the team, John, he will get his opportunities because there's so much question marks that I have, and I think that the coaching staff has from players 6 on.
Yeah, exactly, right. And yeah, like I said, you get it, right? Like to address that concern, we have to bolster that bench. But hold on, no, I gotta talk about Riddell, brother. Like I'm telling you, I'm not even hating. He said like he said Cam Reddish gives you 20 games a season. Stop with the false confidence. It's not even false confidence, brother. I'm trying to address a concern about our bench by bringing Austin Reeves to our bench and trying to address the concern of the defensive end in our backcourt, bro. The guards are maybe at the best they've ever been in the league, and we want to start a defensive freaking liability backcourt of D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves. That's just not a good idea. And then another thing, Alan said we just need to trade D'Lo. That's the answer. Please, Alan. Please, I would love for you to expand on this because I don't see any trade unless we're getting back another point guard. I don't see any trade that unless we would have got freaking DeJounte Murray and we could have got him that makes sense. Like, yeah, I gotta understand. Like, this is not 2K. We real point guards are needed to play basketball at a high level. Cam is a waste of time. I'd rather let young guys make their mistakes. No way. Not our young guys, Riddell. Not our young guys. Not our young guys. Riddell said Cam's a waste of time. He'd rather let young guys make their mistakes. No.
I would rather see Dalton and yes, even Max Christie get extended playing time than have to rely on Cam Reddish because Cam has already had his chance in the league. He's already bounced around, John. It's something where he can give you something as far as because he's 6'8" and can defend.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's just such an adventure offensively. I mean, he hit the 3 tonight, but we saw how bad he was.
So you would, Gerald. So you would rather go on an adventure of relying on a rookie in that position than
Dalton? Yeah, 10 times out of 10 with Dalton, and then even Max Christie, because again, these are players that you can develop. With Reddish, he's already been in the league a few years. You already know probably what you have with Cam Reddish. So I know that Max Christie, again, 21, and Dalton, I'd rather take my lumps with them because with Reddish is only going to get you so far, in those kind of minutes. But ultimately, it doesn't matter, John, because Reddish will get his time. This bench is so inconsistent right now. I have such great concerns over it that he is going to get his share of minutes, going to get his share of opportunities, whether we like it or whether I like it, Rodell likes it or not. Or anybody in the chat likes it or not, Darren or anyone, because he's going to get his opportunities, and it's just it. You will see players 10, 11, 12. You'll probably see a lot of them because JJ Redick during the course of the season is going to try, just like every coach, John. Every coach in the league will try those players to see if they can become a consistent part of the rotation.
Man, I mean, I hear you. Like, yeah, and if they pan out, absolutely. But I just, in my opinion, like I said, like I'd rather trust a Cam to go get some stops and help answer two issues on our team than and I'll give Dalton his chances, but to start him, wow, Steelers.
No, I wouldn't start him. I'm just saying as far as giving them minutes off the bench, but to start, I would probably say at some point, maybe if you're getting that much inactivity or lack of productivity on the bench. If you're getting a lack of productivity on the bench and that's so much a problem, you might have to move AR or Austin Reeves back to the bench, Rui or AR back to the bench, and then bring in a Max Christie or a Dalton Connect and have them as your starting 2 and 3 or 2 or 3, whatever the case may be. Just again, it depends on how well those two kids develop and how consistent your bench is that will ultimately dictate those actions.
Yeah, that is true, Joe. That is true, my brother.
But again, I want to focus more on the positive. Again, John, in that first half, 69 points, they were really flowing offensively. LeBron and AD looked like they were already in mid-season form. I mean, we want to keep on the positive. That for Lakers fans, they're trying to search for positives. You can take solace the fact that at least the starting 5 looks like a competitive team. It looks like a competitive unit that can go out there and can compete with most teams on a really even basis.
Our starting five looked good. I think our starting five looked good. I'll be honest, Gerald. I think our starting five looked good. I liked it. Like you said, they look like they're in midseason form. Um, I like the confidence I saw from D'Lo. So I'm still taking those crazy shots he takes. Those are always crazy to watch. I want to see what Riddell said. Riddell said, "I don't see how trading D'Lo makes us better." I thank you, Riddell. Me too. In the regular season, I get it. Cam Reddish is enticing, but he isn't going to get better. He would just be taking development. Can't get with that one, brother. Just can't get with that one.
But Darren, that's the thing. You said we are currently not good enough. We all seem to be reticent and readily, just accepting the fact that we're not good enough. Which, as Joe, as hard as I am on Joe, I will give him credit that anything less than a championship for this fan base and this organization should be unacceptable. When you win 17 and you just saw your hated rival, the Boston Celtics, get one up on you, you should do everything in your power based off the fact that you have a all-star player in LeBron James. His window is not forever. He is in his year 40 season. There's not much time left. The clock is really ticking for him. What was it I saw on the graphic today during the course of the game, John? He's in his 22nd year. Him and Vince Carter, I think the longest number of years. So, okay, how many years do you expect LeBron to be good? And if that's the case, I know a lot of people are talking about, yes, can't wait till LeBron leaves or LeBron needs to go. Okay, if LeBron left tomorrow, what would that leave us as an organization? We'd be really in the dumpster fire if that's the case right now. Maybe it would be better for our development long term. I will definitely give you guys that because I'm not a LeBron supporter or a LeBron stan, or I'm just like, he is who he is. But why you have LeBron, why you have AD, why you have the fact that those two guys helped you win a championship, you already know that if you put the right players around them, you can win a championship. Why don't you make every effort to do so, John? Why don't you make every effort to do so, to put players together around these two to build a championship team? If that was my job, I would be night and day trying to do just that. And I don't think they have. I think they've done, again, a horrible job of building a team around LeBron and AD for the most part, outside of one small trading deadline break where they got in a positive way and they got it to the Western Conference Finals. They have done, for the most part, a substandard job in building this team around LeBron and AD these past 4 years.
Yeah, I can absolutely agree with that. I think that I don't like saying this take because it upsets me because
and AD is 31. So how long do you expect him to be AD with his injury history?
Like I was saying, I hate saying this take because I talk about it all the time, and I wish the Lakers would have listened to me. But if we would have kept that 2020 roster team, I'll tell you what, Gerald, we would have at least won one or two more. We would have kept that 2020, and that team right there is like the blueprint of how you build a team around LeBron James. That team right there is the blueprint. You give him bigs, you give him shooters, and you give him point guards. You give him maybe one or two point guards to help him be the point guard during the regular season, and to help him orchestrate and play chess. Yeah. You put shooters around him, and you give him some bigs.
It's not rocket science.
It's not rocket science, man. It's not rocket science.
Houston pun. Why did the Lakers pick up Kaminsky? Frank Kaminsky? Is that who you're talking about? Frank Kaminsky? Yeah, I mean the old 7-footer. Not old, but I think he's playing overseas now. He didn't cut it in the league. From what I remember, he's someone who he's what Oh, he's in the Suns. That's right. He's a training camp signee. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, he might not even make the Suns roster. So if you believe in Frank Kaminsky, he may still get an opportunity on Lakers yet. But he is already 30 years of age. Just to tell you how old we all are, Frank Kaminsky, I think, is 30 years old. And yeah, just
Crazy. I remember
time
him
goes
getting
by fast because I remember when he was playing college ball, my friend. So
yeah, and he would, and they call him Frank the Tank. That's crazy. Me too,
yes.
Joe. That's actually wild.
Eli, you're a Suns supporter. I know that. Congratulations on the victory tonight. Again, I think there's still some concerns for you guys. I mean, obviously, if you're a Suns fan and you saw the defense in the first half, you cannot be happy with 69 points in the first half. But again, the Lakers turned it over to the reserves in the second half, and it all went to crap after that. So, but yeah, that first half, Eli may not want to be. You may be asking for Frank Vogel if that's the way you guys are going to be playing defense in that first half. So. Dylan the
Frank,
Villain says Lakers will suck again if they don't put AR or Rui at the bench. I'm not going to disagree with you, Dylan. I'm not going to disagree because that may be an option. Darren says Kaminsky would be better than what we got. Maybe he would be because Castleton. I don't know if Castleton is an NBA level center. He just has, at this point, at stage of his development, he is now what 24, 25, and he is who he is. And I'm not sure if that's going to be good enough to be even a backup center in the league.
man, he let me down.
Yeah, that's Xbox Castleton is pathetic, man. You're trying to get him for the Australian League. I heard you earlier, Xbox. AR was shooting bricks too. Well, I mean, AR was shooting terribly tonight, but AR has a more established position in the league. Max
Yeah.
is going to be a rotation guy off the bench. Dalton's going to be a rotation guy. Both those guys struggled in the league, but I'm just concerned that what we saw tonight is going to be indicative of the entire season, where the Lakers are going to come in, they're going to start the game off hot. They're going to go ahead and lead by 6 or 7 at the end of the first quarter, and they're going to bring the reserves in. And John and you and I will be probably saying at two different places here on the West Coast, we're both going to be going, "Oh my God, that's over. The lead is gone." Unless you're playing LeBron and AD 35, 36, 38 minutes a game, which is concerning to me that both those guys now well into their 30s are both going to play heavy minutes once again on a team that really needs some depth, John.
Give me 1 second, Joe. My headphones are tripping out here. I
Now
can't.
your headphones are bad.
What is going on? Why is this thing not working?
But guys, what do you say in the chat? All right, just wanted to let you know it's Gerald Glassford once again. Truly appreciate you. Joe is I don't know. Joe's hiding out. I still don't see him up yet. John Reynolds says Max Christie, Kobe 0.2. I'll give the 0.2 there. Yeah, it was not a good night for Max Christie to say the least. But again, he's just young. He's 21. He still's got a lot of room to grow, and the Lakers are going to give him that opportunity this year. I can already tell you already, he's going to get a lot of opportunity this year. John looks like he's still trying to fix his headset. So Dylan says it's sad to watch. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, all right, I'm back. Man, I don't know
Okay.
what the heck happened. Literally, Jared, like my headphones, like I was hearing you, but then it got like quieter and quieter and quieter. Then I couldn't hear you, but like it said it was still connected. That was weird. All right,
It's bad headphone night, my friend. Bad headphone
bad
night
headphone
today.
night. They're trying to
Yeah.
hate on us, bro.
Man, I tell you what, and these aren't cheap too. That's the thing. Rodell and I agree for once. Wow. All right.
Wow.
What an amazing thing. Says I agree, Gerald, but we need to be harder on our vets than the young guys for having a bad shooting night. Yeah, but how do you get these kids to grow? Do you want to just well, what would I don't want to say what would Joe say, but John is like, okay, he would tell you these kids probably you need to be the hardest on, because how do you get them to work harder in the gym? How do you get them to develop? If you're too easy on these kids, is that all they're going to be used to? Is just like, oh, that's okay, John. You were 3 for 14 tonight, but that's okay. You'll do better next time. You'll go get them. To use a Joe mocking voice that he does. But really, you got to take those two kids aside and say, you guys are our future. you guys better get your crap together and you guys better be consistent for us off the floor. You guys better shoot with some consistency or you guys are not going to get a playing time. It's just that simple. You guys got to go ahead and if you're JJ Redick, those are the first two guys I'm getting in their heads to or in their face to after the game and saying, you guys were terrific on Friday, but this is a new day. It's a new game. And you guys got to go ahead and be consistent for us in order to get the job done this season, John.
We gotta. I feel like if we're gonna get this, if we're gonna do what we claim we want to do, or even look like the team, half the team we want to be, like we're gonna have to let these young guys know, like yo, like other rookies, they're gonna have a different rookie year than you. We're gonna expect a little bit more than you. We're gonna need you to do a little bit more. Don't tell me, Joe. Hey, Sean's hella funny. Sean said, Joe Soro. That was funny.
He is very sorrowful right now. He is. Yeah, I was just showing to everybody on the screen. No Joe yet.
There he is.
I wonder why. No, that's me. I just put it out there because he's camera off screen. He's had it turned off, John. So the game's over.
So he's there, but he's just camera's off.
Yeah, Steelers lost, Dodgers lost. He's probably hitting something right now.
Lakers lost.
Lakers lost, but it's preseason. Yeah.
And Bronny played 13 minutes.
JSJ, I was just letting you know he is off camera right now, but yeah, he's had it turned off. He would, if the Lakers, the Steelers, and the Dodgers would have won, he'd be here right here, doing his normal Joe stuff and all in a good mood. But I don't know. Maybe he's hitting the bottle hard right now, but yeah, because it wasn't a good night for sports for Joe tonight. Maybe his fantasy teams won, so we'll go right there.
Joe's drinking out the bottle tonight.
Yeah, Brandon, what's going on? Truly appreciate you doing it. Joe's fuming in a dark room. I bet. JSJ wasn't meant to troll you. It was just meant to. It's actually trolling Joe because the fact that he's not on camera as of yet, and the games are already over. So, but John, while I still got you here, my friend, please give everybody an update on what you're working on with Lakers Corner Clutch Talk. I know you've been putting out a lot of shorts because I had somebody like last week say, is John working on anything? You got to stay tuned to his channel because even if he doesn't put out the hour-long shows or the 30-minute-long shows, you still are putting out a lot of shorts out there for your fans at Lakers Corner and Clutch Talk, my friend.
Yes, guys, please do check me out. I have two channels. So I have Clutch Talk, which is on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that. And that I drop 2 episodes per week. It's usually like a longer episode during the week, and then I'll drop a short episode, and I drop shorts during the week. And then Lakers Corner, I drop like those longer episodes too, more during the season, but then I'm always dropping shorts. As the season is about to come rolling around, I'm about to drop some more stuff on the longer form videos on Lakers Corner. So check that out. I'm about to do a video soon on some preseason thoughts or whatnot. But hey, man, appreciate the support. Appreciate you guys always having me here.
Ralph D says he beat Joe in fantasy 146 to 143. Mr. Glassford, tap that hat, chat, hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Big shout out to our members that are scrolling down below. Truly appreciate it. If you want to become a member, get a constant shout out from all of us. Just $2.99 a month gets you badges, emojis, special messages and notes. You'll get the go ahead on when we go live during the course of the week for our shows ahead of everyone else. And I send some special things out to you guys, like my Mr. McMahon review and a Lakers upcoming review, full article, and also our NBA thoughts as far as the season is concerned. I'm going to ask for all the guys that are behind the Lakers as far as all the players that you see with us, whether it's John, Joe. I don't know. Joe always gets crappy when he talks about it, but I'm going to go ahead and see if I get season previews as far as standings in the Western Eastern Conference from these guys, and our members will be able to see it first. So if you guys are interested, please become a member today for $2.99 a month. Truly helps the station out. It truly helps the channel. Did Abraham said, did Joe have a heart attack? Um, Legend says, I got to rewatch the Lakers game because I know you were tuned into Golden State and the Clippers in Honolulu. Dang, why did the Lakers stop their training camp in Honolulu? Man, I don't know why, man. That sucks. I remember it was kind of cool watching them in Hawaii. But anyways, Legend says, how did Bronny do tonight? Do you want to say it, John, or I?
The worst I've seen in a long time. That guy didn't even look like he didn't even look like he could. I was saying this earlier, Gerald. It didn't even look like he could get it going. Like he didn't look like he could get it going. Like I was like, damn.
To put it mildly, Legend, he was embarrassing. And I'm gonna say it. If his name was Maxwell Lewis, or if his name was someone else, nondescript player, Trail Amori, the undrafted kid that's on the Lakers right now. If he just looked bad, he just looked really, really bad out there. Simple things like even dribbling the ball over half court, nobody's guarding him, turnover. Nobody was guarding him, and he turned it over. Passing the ball inbounds, turnover. And on defense, he couldn't defend without fouling. 4 turnovers tonight, 0 points, 3 fouls, 4 turnovers, 2 rebounds, John, in 13 minutes, and a minus 16. Now, the minus is something where, okay, you're playing with all the other kids, so you're already going to be behind the 8 ball on that. The plus minus, you could take it or leave it. But the 3 personal fouls and the 4 turnovers, everything that Joe says, and Joe's been yelling about with Bronny, came to fruition tonight, Legend, and it was not good. It was not good at all. And yeah, he got to play with his dad. Great. Absolutely fun. Yes, awesome. But then there's a real game to be played. And if this was a regular season game, all you guys out there would be livid that he's getting quality time as far as I'm concerned, because he looked absolutely miserable tonight, John.
Yeah, he honestly looked terrible, and I mean, he looked like he's not an NBA player because he's not an NBA player. That's just not the level that he is at, and and I'm not even gonna say unfortunately. Like, hey man, like I can't even blame LeBron for trying to put his kid on. Man, he put his kid on. I just think that this one might come back and bite LeBron and Bronny in the butt because, like, I just think he's under so much criticism. There's just no way it's not going to affect him mentally. Like, there's just no way it's not going to affect him mentally. So,
and that's the problem, though. If you have to go back to Thanos Antetokounmpo, yeah, Abraham, I'm waiting for Joe too. Just like you. Again, I'm going to bring him up right now. He's still not there, still hiding, still quiet, still crying, still sad, still potentially, yeah. Legend says definitely get him to the G League ASAP. Honestly, believe Bronny will regret not returning to college. Legend, and I'm going to bring you on, Legend. I know you're coming on later this week, and I truly appreciate you doing it, my friend. The only thing I would say in return is financially, whatever money he was getting NIL wise, he's got $8 million coming to him guaranteed here, plus whatever endorsements he has. I don't know. Financially, does it really look like he's got the bad raw end of the deal, John? I mean, he got the guaranteed money for 3 years plus a 4th-year option, which at this point he doesn't look like it's gonna get picked up unless he really starts to improve or unless LeBron asks for it. Your thoughts, my friend? Was it really a bad move for him to get out? Financially, doesn't seem like it to me.
yeah, I mean, financially, it's great to get all that money, but I just think
and he doesn't need his own money. You're right, Xbox, but he wants his own money. He wants his own way of establishing. I mean, John, if your dad was a billionaire, you would probably want to go ahead and say, you know what, I want to make my own path, my own name, my own way of life.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure, which is why I heard that's why he calls himself Bronny, because like I guess he didn't want to like. I guess his real name's like LeBron James. Like I guess he's a junior, but he switched his name to Bronny. I guess that's what I heard. So
If you need a jet,
uh,
my friend, you're good, man. You're all good.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
John, you
gonna
saved
get
me,
him.
my friend. I got the headphone now. Everything's all beautiful. But John, please go ahead and just cannot thank you and your girlfriend enough. Truly, my blessings to your family. Again, check out John Costa. Again, Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner does a great job there. Please don't send him hate. Please, he deserves a lot of credit because he works hard for you guys. Anybody that's out there pitching basketball on a regular basis on YouTube should deserve of your love and support like John should get at Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. John, great job as always. Let me know when you're going to come back on, my friend, because you're always welcome here on the Fast Break.
I'll be back, Joe. After every Lakers game, I'll be here and I'll be continuing doing my live streams, especially a lot more during the season when there's a lot more stuff to talk about. I love the Lakers community, and thank you very much, Gerald, for always just the invite. Appreciate and love and appreciate you, Gerald.
No worries, my friend. No
All
worries.
right,
Thank
guys.
you, my friend. Take care, my friend. All the best. Once again, it is the Lakers Fast Break. It is Gerald Glassford, Xbox. It wasn't sus because I think he was getting the side eye from the missus there. So that's yeah. So you always want to be gracious because he saved my butt earlier with the headphone issue. So um, it is Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much again for joining us. It is truly appreciated. It is Gerald Glassford. Thanks again for watching, listening. I don't know what's up with Joe. Again, he may be crying. He may be visibly shaken. He may have punched something. Maybe there's a wall at the Soro household that might have now a hole in it. He said he was going to be here. He was here for a brief moment, but he has yet to return. Uh, I may ask him to do a nightcap. I don't know. We'll see. Again, I don't know if he's in any mental shape to do a nightcap. I try to be a ladies' man, Xbox. Although I cannot be too much. I've got enough ladies in the house right now with a wife and two daughters, and a female dog. I'm good right now. I'm good. But back in the day, ladies' man. There you go. All right. Ralph D says Joe lost in fantasy, Dodgers, and Lakers. Excuse his. Hey, I'm here when I lose, Ralphie. When my teams lose and my fantasy lose, I'm still here. I got to be here for you guys as much as I can. But I truly appreciate you joining me. It is Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much again for watching, listening. Lakers do lose 118 to 114. They go for 0 for 2 in Palm Springs. Again, let's highlight some of the good. Again, in 14 minutes, in 18 minutes, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 4 AD. Rui was 6 of 8 for 13 points. Looked a lot better today. Friday, he looked like he was going through the motions. LeBron James, 19 points in 16 minutes. D'Angelo Russell chipped in with 14. Austin Reeves still struggling with 9. But he went 5 for 5 to the free throw line, and he also contributed 7 assists and 6 rebounds, 2 steals. But off the bench, Max Christie 3 of 14, did get 12 points, but again 3 of 14 on 2 of 8 shooting from behind the arc. Dalton Connect also struggled, 3 of 9, 1 of 7 from behind the arc, and 7 points. JHS was, I guess, probably the brightest spot coming off the bench with 4 of 7 for 9 points, but defensively, it kind of struggled. Cam Reddish, he was okay in 10 minutes for 3 points, but he did play okay, especially one-on-one defense. Jackson Hayes had some hustle plays, 5 points, 8 rebounds, 2 block shots. The block shots was what I was hoping for because I've told you what a liability he has been defensively. So anytime you're trying to get some positivity out of Jackson Hayes on the defensive end, I think I'll take it. JY says, how was JJ on the sideline and how was his substitution pattern? Not much of the hands in the pockets because Allen, Doobie, and I think we're focusing on his. Does he have his hand in his pocket? So, there's Budenholzer. He's putting his hand in the pocket. It was okay. I mean, he was trying out things. This is the time of the year when you do try out things. And in the second half, the substitution pattern, he's just throwing out there anything as far as the young players, giving them burn, giving them some time. And obviously that's why the Lakers lost a double-digit lead, is because they gave so much time to the kids in that second half. In the first half, though, it was more like a substitution pattern that you will see outside of the Bronny James stuff. It was more like a substitution pattern that we'll see. So Christie is being relied upon a lot. Gabe Vincent, as the veteran, is also being relied upon a lot. Jackson Hayes is your only frontline reserve that they have faith in. So that's a concern if Jackson Hayes is the only one that you have as far as with size that's going to come off the bench there. And then after that, are you going to play Connect? Are you going to play Cam Reddish? Are you going to play those guys? That's going to be up to what JJ determines as far as his 9-man rotation is concerned. Yeah, Darren, I don't want to take too much from the substitution pattern yet, because maybe he's just doing that for the preseason. So I'll give him some latitude on that, because I don't want to be too hard on JJ on that yet. Again, the second half was just about getting the young guys some burn, and that's the big reason why they lost that lead and lost tonight. JJ has very thin skin. Yeah, he gets very irritated real easily, which is not going to be great for being with the LA media, because the LA media will get under his skin from time to time, rest assured. Let me see what's going on. JJ gave up easy money for this. He cares, and he has that Coach K discipline. Yeah, but he's got to get the defense right now is probably, if defense and the bench are my two biggest concerns, because the defense, even in that first half, was not probably where I would like it to be, but it was a closer product to what hopefully we will see this season, especially on the offensive end. The offensive end on the first half was very good, very promising, even with Austin Reeves struggling. It looked like D'Lo really worked well sometimes as far as the pick and roll with Jackson Hayes, and also AD working well with those guys. And then Rui Hashimura, he seemed a lot more comfortable with LeBron and AD there, and it took advantage of it. So the Lakers could have won that game if Bronny got 0 minutes. I definitely agree with you, Rodell. It was just like on Friday, where he came in on Friday. Immediately the Lakers tanked, and the case was here as well. He's just not an NBA player as of this point. He may become one, but there's nobody on this planet that's going to convince me that he's an NBA player right now. He just looked absolutely terrible. If it was a second rounder or even a first rounder that came in and played like that, the next game you would have to worry about if he's going to get any time out. But because his name is Bronny James, he's going to get a lot more opportunities, I believe, in the preseason. During the season, he's going to probably get, that first game under the belt with LeBron. Then I think they are going to send him to the G League. I really think they will. I think it's in their best interests, and just think it makes too much common sense for them to not send him to the G League. Bronny has shown a lot of negative value the last 2 games. That wasn't surprising, Jay. It wasn't surprising at all, because the fact that, take the name out of it. As I always say, he is the number 55 pick and most likely would have gone undrafted if his name wasn't Bronny James. He most likely would have gone undrafted if that's the case. He may not have even gotten a spot on a training camp roster if that was the case, and had he not been Bronny James. But most 55 picks don't make the league and don't stay in the league. I should say don't stay in the league and get that second contract. In fact, Wiggins, who got a extension, I think earlier this year, he is the first in 10 years. The last 10 55 picks, only one in Wiggins at Oklahoma City is the only one to get a second contract with the same team. So that tells you a lot what you need to know right there. Xbox says, hopefully that's the last time we see him in a Lakers jersey. I don't think it is, Xbox. I don't think it is. Brandon says, I had a professor I taught study hours for. He said teaching is the highest level of learning. That's what you need to do. Again, for me, if I was JJ, I would focus in after the game on Max Christie and Dalton Connect. That's your future, not Bronny James. It's not Bronny James. Anybody who says Bronny James is your future is absolutely kidding themselves right now, because he is not even right now a player that you would think is capable of making the league and staying in the league. I mean, Maxwell Lewis got no burn tonight. He got no playing time tonight. And however bad he has looked, he might be, actually, he is a better player right now, in my opinion, than Bronny James. And he doesn't even deserve to be in the league right now, in my opinion. So, Cool Bro says he just finished the Psycho movie. Okay, one of Alfred Hitchcock's best movies. Very good, Cool Bro, very good. But it is, of course, the Lakers Fast Break. I truly appreciate you joining us. Trying to see if Joe is going to stay on or come on to the show. I'm going to reach out to him one last time, see if Joe is going to come on the air, and see if he'll be joining us, or if he's been crying in the spilt milk a little bit too much. Joe, I think I sent you a link. Yeah. Joe, are you coming back on? Joe, are you coming back on? I'm sending him the message now, everyone. So you guys get your Joe fix, hopefully. So hopefully we will find out here if he's coming back on or if he's going to be crying. At least the good news is, if you guys go ahead and want to support Joe, you can support his video game that he has helped funding right now in Corrupt. That's available on Steam. You just go to Steam. If you guys that are gamers out there, it's a fighting game that's really looking good. COREUPT. That's COREUPT on Steam. Download the demo today, and if you like what you're playing with, go ahead and wishlist the game. He's watching the second quarter. I think he's trying to get a better idea of what happened there. So, but yes, Rodell says, I hope they send Bronny to the G League. If Bronny is taking minutes from Connector Max, it was going to be really upsetting. Maxwell Lewis is better than Bronny. Well, Max Lewis, again, Rodell, I don't think Maxwell Lewis is an NBA player. And I do agree with you. He is better than Bronny at this stage. I think both those guys don't deserve to be in the league right now, which tells you all you need to know. And then Maxwell Lewis only got 13 points. He averaged 13 points in the G League last year. I just don't think Maxwell Lewis is an NBA player at this point. I don't think Bronny is an NBA player at this point. And I think Maxwell Lewis is better than Bronny, which tells you all you need to know. Cool Bro says, I feel you, Joe. My Rams lost today, so I feel you. Joe's putting in the time. I think he's so you'll be on a little after 11. Okay. I'll tell you what, guys. I'll set up Joe for a nightcap a little bit after 11, and then I'll come back with him on there from there. But it is truly great to have you guys on. Gerald, have you seen the first 2 episodes of The Penguin? Just a quick aside. Yes, I have. Solid so far. No complaints. Although, again, stepping outside the DC universe after the horrible returns for Joker 2, I don't think that the stuff going on outside the DC universe, outside of another Batman from Matt Reeves, is going to be happening outside of that. Guys, truly appreciate. Which team is worse, Cool Bro? Angels or Rams? Yeah, I'd say the Angels are worse off, Sean. Is Bronny even a G Leaguer? That is a good question, Che. Today, he didn't even look like a good G Leaguer, but yeah. Joe's, I guess, catching up. He's watching the second quarter right now, the Lakers game. So he wants to give you more detailed thoughts. So I'll set up a nightcap for him later tonight here in probably about 45 minutes, he was saying. So I'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, Joe only needs to watch till the second quarter. Rough, but you know him. He needs to see the Bronny stuff too. He really needs to see the Bronny stuff to be able to give you the kind of insight you guys are looking for. So I'll be back with Joe later on tonight for a nightcap. Once again, it's Gerald Glasser. Thanks again for watching, listening. The final score for the Lakers, unfortunately, they went 0 for 2 in Palm. Yeah, Joe's in denial. They went 0 for 2 in Palm Springs with the Lakers losing 118 to 114. We will be back here in just a little bit when Joe finishes up. He is coming on for you guys. He's not crying. He's not hiding. He's just catching up, getting some, I guess, better analysis lined up as far as he's watching the game. Sean, I'll try to be back too. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I send this out for audio. And as soon as I can, I'll be coming back on as well. So for John Costa, Clutch Talk and Lakers Corners, Gerald Glasser, thanks again for watching this thing. It's Lakers weekend. It wasn't the best Lakers weekend, but at least we got preseason basketball under our belts now. We'll have a good week for you lined up. Got a lot of interviews that I'm going to try and line up for you over the next few days. Looking forward to a great week of basketball right here on the Lakers Fast Break Podcast.